Welcome to Wanderlust and Wishes, the podcast where we explore the world one destination at a time.
I'm Julie.
And I'm Krystle.
As travel agents with fantastical vacations, we are here to share our passion for travel and help you turn your wanderlust into reality.
From hidden gems to bucket list adventures, join us as we dive into the sights, sounds, and stories of our favorite destinations.
So grab your passport, pack your bags, and let's embark on this journey together. Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 32 of Wanderlust and Wishes. And this episode will be dropping on January 1st, 2025. So happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year!
We're excited for 2025. On this episode, we're going to cover Disneyland's 70th anniversary celebration. But first, we have lots of news.
This just dropped, but free dining is coming back to Walt Disney World. Coincidentally, it's dropping the same weekend the Epic is opening.
Such a coincidence.
So we can book this from January 2nd to February 10th. And guests can get a free dining plan with the purchase of a non-discounted 3-night, 3-day at a minimum package that includes a room at select Disney resort hotels and a ticket with a park hopper option. That's the kicker there, is you got to have a park hopper. This is available for most arrivals starting May 27th through June 26th and July 7th through August 6th. So basically summer minus the 4th of July week.
Yeah. There's also a 30% off packages discount or promotion as well. And it's basically for the same time frame, but you cannot combine the two promotions. So we would just need to figure out which one is better for you. Next, we have a sandals promotion for the winter blues, as many of us are going to be having, if not already. January and February are pretty dreary and lots of areas are around the United States. So this one will get you up to $1,350 off of your vacation. You also can get up to $1,000 instant credit plus $175 spa credit plus $175 experience credit. So that's pretty awesome. There's also a similar promotion for beaches if you would like to bring the family along instead of going as a couple.
This did not have dates listed, so if you would like this, they kind of just have this up until it's full or they've sold so many. So jump on that sooner rather than later. We have not talked about this yet, but Bluey is coming to Disney Cruise Line and the parks. Guests on Australia and New Zealand cruises will be able to experience Bluey and Sister Bingo in a special meet and greet, along with an interactive game and dance party beginning in January.
I'm thinking that it's going to be a similar situation for the parks, guessing that you'll be able to find Bluey and Bingo in Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World and Disney's California Adventure out at Disneyland Resort. And it's going to be a show or kind of dance party type situation and or meet and greets.
I'm curious if it will have anything to do with the Disney Junior Play and Dance show, because some of those Disney Junior characters that they have right now are very dated. And now's toddlers don't understand who Lion Guard is.
No, yeah, you're right. It probably does need some updating. I do expect that's where they're going to put it, in that animation courtyard area, if they're going to put a show in place. The other thing that's really neat, the show that was originally a limited time summer show, Celebración Encanto, it's been extended for indefinitely. All of those performers and others that were involved in the show, congratulations. The show's been a big hit. So it's awesome. If you haven't had a chance to see it, it's in Epcot in the Communicore Plaza area in World Celebration. Basically, if you are standing underneath Spaceship Earth or the big ball, it's directly in front of where that is. If you just walk straight into it, you'll find it.
Somehow I missed this in June when we were there, but I've seen a lot of cute videos. In other news, Lightning Lane sold out. for Magic Kingdom and for Hollywood Studios for Christmas. And it's currently sold out for the next few days, December 30th, 31st, January 1st, 2nd, 3rd through Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios the 30th and 31st, and Epcot December 31st. And it could continue to sell out as the days go on.
It's crazy. Like this, I mean, it's the premier pass. This is the pass that we talked about that is $400 per person in Magic Kingdom.
These people didn't do us any favors of it dropping in price and going away.
So yeah, I mean, and I can understand. I can't understand from a pricing standpoint. I wouldn't be able to afford this, but if you can afford it, the crowds during the week of Christmas and the week after Christmas are the busiest days in Walt Disney World. I mean, it's insane. I was watching a reel earlier today of the crowds in front of the castle to watch the show. I'm blanking on the name of it right now, but it's basically a show. It's their New Year's show that they're doing in Magic Kingdom, and they're doing one at 6:30 and one at 11:30 today and tomorrow at the very least. And today's the 30th and tomorrow the 31st for New Year's. And it was crazy. It's absolutely like packed. I do not enjoy being in the parks when they're that busy, but I understand everybody's excitement at the same time. So poor Animal Kingdom was left out. It has not sold out. The Premier Pass is not sold out. But
I don't even think you need multi-pass there, though.
You could. It depends. I think
this week.
Yes, you could for sure use it. But for the most part, no, I think you could get away with not having multi-pass at Animal Kingdom. In their defense, they don't have a nighttime show due to the animals. So, not as many people are, crowding around Animal Kingdom. However, I did see one of our agents post today that Triceratops Spin had a 40-minute wait. And if you know...
if you could see my eyes right now, people.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Triceratops Spin is almost always a walk-on, max maybe 10 or 15 minutes. So being a 40-minute wait tells you how really crazy crowded it is.
People are there to say goodbye.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Maybe they are. That could also be it, too. The next thing on our list is at Universal Studios. If you are a fan of Rip Ride Rocket, it's going to be closing. We don't have a closing date yet, but it probably will be soon, probably sometime in the beginning of 2025. It's going to be replaced by a Fast and Furious coaster, but we don't have any other details other than that.
I'm sure now they're wrapping everything up for Epic. They're going to focus on some refurbs.
Yeah.
And the other two parks.
I won't miss this particular ride. So I'll be interested to see what they do with it.
Moving on to Disneyland. I thought this one was interesting. They have a good neighbor offer. I don't feel like that happens very often. There is a whole long list of good neighbor hotels that you can book 3 nights and receive a 4th night free from travel from January 6th through April 10th, 2025.
So if you're thinking of visiting Disneyland and, if it's been on your, on your list to visit, they have the New Year, the Lunar New Year celebration. It's something that I've always wanted to do. That's going to be happening soon. This is a great promotion for you.
As we were talking about Disneyland, they've also released the entire calendar for the entire year. So if you are planning your trip, you can figure out what you're going to be there for. So real quick, Lunar New Year is January 17th through February 16th. Celebrate Gospel is February 8th and February 15th. The California Adventure Food and Wine Festival is February 28th through April 21st. Star Wars Season of the Force is March 28th through May 11th. We're going to talk about this, but the Disneyland 70th celebration starts May 16th and goes through summer of 2026. Halloween time starts August 22nd and goes through Halloween. A celebration of Coco Plaza de Familia goes from August 22nd through November 2nd. The holidays start November 14th through January 7th. And that is also the same dates for Festival of the Holidays. We even have dates for Sweethearts Night, Star Wars Night, 90s Night, Pride Night, and Oogie Boogie Bash. So if any of those excite you, let us know, because those always go so fast. Should we jump in? There's so many fun things. Let's go to Disneyland.
Yeah, Disneyland is for sure. Like, it's on my list. Like, I'm coming for you, Disneyland. It's happening this year. I've got to make it happen. Whether it's like the holidays or I like somehow sneak out there over the summer, I'm not really sure, but I want to go out there, especially for the 70th. So before we talk about the celebration, we thought that we would cover a little bit of history behind Disneyland. You all know that I love like the nostalgia and history of Walt Disney in general. So this was his original park, his original idea. So we wanted to touch on that. So everybody knows, well, not everybody, maybe some people don't, but you should. Not now, you know. It is called the happiest place on earth. It opened on July 17th, 1955 in Anaheim, California. It was conceived and built under Walt Disney's visionary leadership. It was the first of its kind, a place where families could go to step into worlds of their favorite stories and characters. Opening day, though iconic, did have some challenges. Not all the rides were finished. It was a little on the warm side for Anaheim, and some counterfeit tickets. And some people have called this Black Sunday, I'll be honest, because it was a little rough. And of course, Walt, he was such a perfectionist, and it was very hard for him that it was not perfect on the first day.
As with most everything that Walt did, the park was the first of its kind. It was revolutionary. It's hard to think about now, but the concept of Disneyland and all the other Disney parks were so unknown. Walt tried unsuccessfully for almost 20 years to convince investors to help build Disneyland. And in 1953, his brother Roy was able to convince ABC to fund the project, and construction began in July of 1954. So can you imagine building Disneyland in a year?
Can you imagine building anything in a year at this point? I mean, think of all the things, like all of the new projects.
It takes them 2 years to build a
land.
A land.
Yeah.
We're going on a year of test track.
That's true. They didn't have as many, permits and rules and regulations and stuff that they had to deal with at that time as they do now. And things also just weren't as expensive, as you can imagine. I mean, the whole of Disneyland to build, the whole project was $17 million. It's billions of dollars now just to add a new ride or a new land.
It was clear in orange groves, though.
Yeah, that's true. It was definitely a different time. But I also know, I mean, I've read that they were hustling. They worked literally day and night to get this finished. I think Walt he was a visionary. He was fantastic, but I think he was also sometimes really difficult to work for.
Oh, I can imagine.
He did not accept no for an answer. And when he wanted something, he pushed forward and did not give up. Despite the early hiccups, Disneyland quickly became a success and a cornerstone of global theme park culture. The original park featured 5 themed lands: Main Street USA, Adventureland, Frontierland, Fantasyland, and Tomorrowland. And then over the decades, Disneyland has undergone countless transformations, adding iconic attractions like Pirates of the Caribbean in 1967, Space Mountain in 1977, and Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in 2019.
And now in 2025, we get to celebrate its 70th anniversary. So Disneyland just continues to inspire wonder and joy, blending nostalgia with innovation, ensuring its place as a beloved destination for generations of dreamers.
Ugh, can't wait. Have you seen the pictures? Have you seen the pictures of the Mickey and Minnie's outfits? I mean, for real.
I was just looking at them, and they're so bright and fun, and they kind of remind me of Paris's ones that they just had for, what was their celebration a year or two ago? Like their 35th or something.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure. I love it, though. I love the colors that they've chosen. They definitely complement Aurora's castle as well.
Oh, for sure. Definitely like the royal blue, the pinks, some yellow.
As Krystle said, this 70th anniversary celebration starts on May 16th in 2025. and it will continue through the summer of 2026. The outfits and the decorations are going to be super bright and colorful. I love them so much. There's going to be a medallion on Sleeping Beauty's castle. And then, as we were just talking about, Mickey and Minnie, and then, of course, they're, the whole gang, they're going to have new outfits to celebrate the occasion with these super bright colors. We can post something on social media to show you the colors. They're going to be in Town Square for meet and greets and things like that. But I'm sure that these colors will also be throughout the parks and throughout the different parades and shows and celebrations that they do.
Is there a picture of all the pals, or is it just Mickey and Minnie so far?
I think it's just Mickey and Minnie so far.
I can't wait to see what they do with everybody, because Clarabelle and Daisy always have some get up as well.
I know, and they're super fancy.
There will be an all-new World of Color show that is inspired by Walt Disney's words from the opening day park dedication from 7 decades ago. To all who come to this happy place, welcome. This nighttime spectacular will explore happy through a kaleidoscope of emotions, hosted by Joy and the other emotions from the hit Pixar Animation Studios film Inside Out and Inside Out 2. Along the way, the emotions manifest music and moments from favorite Walt Disney Animation Studios and Pixar Animation Studios stories, including Turning Red, A Goofy Movie, Tangled, The Lion King, and so many more. World of Color happiness will transform Paradise Bay with a brilliant array of signature fountains, dynamic lighting, colorful lasers, fog, and dramatic flame effects, painting musical memories with all the wonder that only World of Color can create. Ah! Shivers.
It's going to be so fun. So fun. I have to get there. Okay, so the next thing, they're going to do a Paint the Night parade. It's going to return to Disneyland Park. This has been a fan favorite. It's going to make its grand return for this 70th anniversary. It lights up Main Street, USA with stunning color and more than 1 million brilliant LED lights. That's a lot of LED lights. Mickey Mouse uses his vivid imagination to harness the power of Tinkerbell's pixie dust and paint the night in Disney dreams, bringing to light beloved characters and stories from Pixar and Disney animation films such as Monsters, Inc., Cars, Toy Story, The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and more. OMG, those movies are those are such favorites. The Paint the Night parade will feature innovative floats, vibrant costumes, incredible special effects, and unforgettable music and energetic performances.
I can imagine they've got to have some projections down Main Street. They do that really well out there.
They are going to have new light shows for sure, period.
But if this is a nighttime parade, will they have
you think for the parade, they're going to do it
on the buildings and stuff as they're going by? Wondrous Journeys is back at Disneyland. At night, Disneyland will become a magnificent canvas with the return of this beloved nighttime spectacular. Wondrous Journeys celebrates the legacy of Walt Disney Animation Studios classics that have inspired Walt Disney's original Magic Kingdom. Throughout the show, you embark on a journey filled with artsy music, storytelling, and heart as you experience moments from beloved stories like Hercules, The Princess and the Frog, Peter Pan, Frozen, Big Hero 6, Moana, Encanto, and more. The show will feature state-of-the-art projection effects that transform Main Street, USA, Sleeping Beauty Castle, It's a Small World, and Rivers of America on select nights. The show will be enhanced with fireworks. So I know it's coming somewhere.
They are really look at all the characters that they're incorporating into all this stuff. I mean, all of the movies that they've already incorporated into the shows that we've talked about so far. Oh my gosh.
So just to know about nighttime out there, unless you are in the summer, if you're during the school year, since Anaheim is right in the middle of neighborhoods, they only do fireworks on the weekends. In the summer, they do them most nights, every night, because you don't have the schools, kids getting up for school. So I have a lot of people who try to go during the week, during school time, but they miss fireworks. So if you want to see that, take that in consideration.
I guess the Orlando neighborhoods don't care.
Well, when you're on a plot the size of San Francisco, you can kind of do whatever you want.
That's true. That's true. Next is Better Together, a Pixar Pals celebration parade at Disney California Adventure. So, as part of the fun, Better Together, a Pixar Pals celebration returns to the streets of California Adventure. This delightful daytime parade is filled with incredible music, dynamic and colorful floats, and nearly 30 favorite characters from Pixar Animation Studios films, including Luca, Turning Red, Up, and more. 30 characters in a parade.
I really wanted to see the Pixar parade last year, so I'm sure it's even better.
And just of note, the Wondrous Journeys, Nighttime Spectacular, and Better Together, a Pixar Pals celebration parade, those will be temporarily paused during Halloween and holiday season, the Halloween and holiday season for the parades and entertainment offerings during that time. And then they will be back in 2026.
Disneyland will also debut a new character cavalcade called Mickey and Friends Celebrate Happy. As it winds its way along the parade route, favorite characters will encourage you to dance and clap along in an energetic and contemporary celebration of 7 decades of happiness. In the evenings at California Adventure, the exterior of Carthay Circle Restaurant will invite everyone to celebrate happy during a special moment filled with music, lights, and projection effects. And at Disneyland, the facade of It's a Small World will also get a new projection show. Plus, created in honor of the anniversary, an upbeat new theme song, Celebrate Happy, will be heard throughout various entertainment offerings. They're doing like a total overhaul of everything.
Yeah, they are. This is going to be so awesome. And then last but definitely not least, this one will probably like make me boohoo. Walt Disney A Magical Life will debut at the Main Street Opera House Theater at Disneyland Park. This is going to debut on May 16th, 2025. The attraction will feature a cinematic presentation of Walt Disney's journey, culminating in a visit with Walt in his office, brought to life for the first time ever through the magic of audio animatronics storytelling. We talked about this during our D23 episode, that they're bringing in a Walt animatronic. I think Krystle said this can go either really well or really bad. So I'm sure they're under a huge amount of pressure to not mess this up. This has to be perfect. This cannot be talked about as being, a joke or being like corny or hokey or that the animatronic looks bad. This has to be perfection. So I can't imagine the amount of pressure they're under to make this work.
I'd heard too that they had some of his posterity come and like see early renderings of it. So I'm sure that the family is like passing off on everything just to make sure it's so true to life.
Yeah.
But how amazing, the man who helped create audio animatronics gets one of himself.
I know. Like, it gives me chills like thinking about it. Going into, I don't know how they're going to do it, but going into his office, however they present that, and having him there like he's there in person, it's going to be pretty special. Who's ready?
Me. Let's go.
I'm ready. I'm so ready. I've been ready since the last time I was there, which was in 2023. So it's going to be almost 2 years. It will be 2 years in April. And it's
time.
It's been way too long since I've been back. There's so much that I want to experience. I'm looking at you, Mr. Toad, and your wild ride. You better not break down on me again. I'm going to be so mad. So there's definitely things that I didn't get to experience the last time. I just don't think we had enough time. We were there for 2 days, but really it was more like a day and a half because of the timing of everything. And I would rather have a full 3 days.
You definitely need
everything and not feel like I'm rushed. That's on my list. I really would like to go during the holidays, but at the same time, I don't want to wait that long either.
One of the holidays, you're going to miss the parade and stuff.
That's true. I will. That's a perfect point. I will miss all of these things that are specific to the 70th anniversary. And that's what I want to experience. I'm going to have to figure out a summer trip. I want to go back to one of the parks for the holidays next year too. So I don't know. So many things I want to do and so little time.
If you would like to go to a Disney park or anywhere in the world, hit us up. We would love to help you. As you know, we love these parks and we're often in these parks. So we can figure out the best option for you.
Any vacation that you're looking to spend that quality time with your friends or family, we want to make it the best possible. You know, we put our heart and soul into it.
If you haven't, now that we're winding down the episode, go down to the bottom of the little page on podcast, on the Apple Podcast or on Spotify, and leave us a nice little rating or review. I have some prizes. Just send us a screenshot so I can make sure that we give it to the right person for leaving us a couple of reviews.
Our email is wanderlustandwishespodcast@gmail.com. It's listed in the show notes if you need to make sure that you have the correct spelling and everything that you can send over. Thank you so much for listening this week. We appreciate our listeners and have a lovely week. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Wanderlust and Wishes.
If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform.
And remember, the world is full of wonders waiting to be explored. Until next time, happy travels.
Bye for now.